Now, I know I was also involved in Life Teen here at St. Francis. It was a great youth ministry. You know, it gives you something to be excited about because, you know, when you're in high school, your friends, religion's not really the cool thing to do. But when you come to youth ministry, suddenly you can feel comfortable with your faith. And it's a great way to meet new friends and to talk about religion with people and not feel embarrassed about it. So we've asked some of the college students to think back. What was it like for you in high school or middle school? And could you share what your experiences were like? So let's hear what they have to say.
I loved being in Life Teen and doing the things in Life Teen. It helped me build a foundation for my faith and like what I wanted to do, and just gave me a beginning to start growing and helping and like growing and learning more about my faith.
I helped write some songs with my youth minister, and that was a real big step for me, just because it gave me a new view of how I could affect other people.
While a member of Life Teen, I was able to go into City Teen and was part of Operation Santa Claus. So I was able to go into the city and see how difficult some people's living conditions were. So it really was an experience that I saw that some people really have to get by with not as much as what we have and what we take for granted.
With the youth ministry at St. Francis, what it helped me learn was about accepting people that I thought at first weren't like myself. My friends and I, when we first got into the youth ministry, we felt the people that were in it weren't people that we normally would hang out with in high school. They weren't our cliques. But we got along and learned a lot about accepting other people. And in college, it's really important to give everybody a chance, because that's how you make friends and you find true life friends, as opposed to just friends that will be there and support you just in that time to get ahead.
I was in Life Teen at St. Francis and, St. Francis and St. Kevin's. And I was involved in Revelation, and Revelation was the music group, and music has really helped me connect with God and connect with other people through music.
Life Teen and the youth ministry really helped me to open myself up and be more confident in my faith, and helped me to kind of be an individual. I wasn't ashamed of being a Catholic. I wasn't ashamed of going to church. And it helped me to be able to keep living on the way that I would normally. And it also helped to connect with me a little bit better. I would go to Mass every week and I would listen to the readings, and I never really connected, but Life Teen's a way to really grab hold of teens and help them to connect to the service and to God.
Life Teen was great. I mean, a lot of good friendships. I think really realizing the value of the kind of friendships where you could talk about, the same things you talk about with the other friends, but you also have that faith conversation available, and you could raise those questions that maybe you're not comfortable asking other people. Like at college, you don't always know who those friends are going to be, that you can have those really deep conversations with those really sensitive subjects, whatever it is. But I think Life Teen really helped me to open myself to others and to find God in those kind of relationships.
Life Teen for me was a great opportunity to become comfortable discussing issues of my faith with friends and peers, become more comfortable worshiping with my friends, and it really helped me in college be able to connect to people better, especially people I would meet at Mass, and help form some good friendships.
I think one of the best things I took away from that was a lot of friends and a lot of people in my life that will always be, I might not see as much as I see a lot of people, but I always have those people to go back to. And they're always great people in my life, and they've always been awesome influences.
For the next section of our program here, we're going to talk about something that's probably the most memorable thing for all of our students that have gone through our youth ministry, and that's Steubenville. Personally, I've been to Steubenville 6 times, 2 years as a student and 4 years as a chaperone, and it's essentially, without even exaggerating, has changed my life for the better. Some of the most memorable religious experiences I've ever had in my life have been at Steubenville with the family that goes on this trip, whether it be the chaperones or the students or just friends I've known over the years. And I'm sure that most people would tell you that they went not wanting to go the first time. You kind of go into it thinking, this isn't for me. I'm not a religious kind of person. I'm just going to try this out because my parents are making me do it. But what it turns into is really a life-changing experience that you'll never regret. And for all of you that haven't been to Steubenville, it's really, I can't recommend anything more to you. To just get out there and do it once. And no matter what, it'll change your life for the better. Now, we've asked some of our college students to tell us about what do you remember from Steubenville. Some of them just went this past summer. Some of them went a couple of years ago. And what has Steubenville done for them? What kind of experiences did they have there? How did it affect their lives? So let's hear it from them.
I thought it was really cool to go there with so many other teens from all different parishes and having that experience and seeing that all these people believe the same things as I do. I'm not alone. In the world today, you think that there's not any Catholics or anybody else that's your age, but really there is. And I really liked the speakers and hearing the different music and all that stuff. And I specifically liked the adoration and having that powerful experience with people my age and seeing how the Holy Spirit can come to you in so many different ways.
It really opened me up a lot to God and other people around me that I didn't know, or some people I didn't necessarily want to know just because I might have heard something bad about them, but it opened me up to, I guess you could say, my family, my friends, my enemies, people I didn't know, God, and it really just helped me think about myself a lot more and make better choices and try to live a better life.
One of the biggest things that I was able to get was just being open to God and being able to find out what exactly He wanted me to do.
Steubenville, for me, was an emotional trip, I guess, because I opened up myself to God, I guess, for the first time in front of my friends. We were friends, we go out, do the normal high school things, but we never really got into the whole church and emotion of church together. This was the first time that we went on a retreat together, and we actually talked about these things. And even today, we still talk about things went on in Steubenville, what got to us, what we thought was really funny, what was strange to us. And it's a great icebreaker to bring up the topic of religion, which friends don't really normally talk about.
My senior year was my first time going to Steubenville. And it was great because I had never gone before, and I had never been able to experience God the way that everyone else had been experiencing Him in the past. And I went right before going to college, and right before going to college, you go into this experience where you're going to be with all new temptations and all new experiences that could, turn your faith. And I was able to go in there with a brand new perspective on life and a new faith that could take me to enjoy myself, but enjoy God as well.
I went to Steubenville 3 years in a row, and every year it seemed to get better for me. It's a great experience for teens to be able to be surrounded by other teens who are just as faithful and are as strong in their faith as they are. And it's also a fun way to worship. There's great music, there's dancing, and it's really a way for teens to just feel comfortable and still have fun while worshiping God and opening themselves up.
Steubenville was a great time. I know, just really dynamic speakers, great music, a lot of fun, a lot of just good people, good times. Speakers, I still remember vividly a lot of the talks, and I'll tell my friends, if they're asking for advice about something, maybe there was a talk that I'll remember and it really jumps out at me. And it was a great experience, and I would totally go back. Just a lot of good memories, a lot of good times.
I went once after my senior year of high school, and then I came back as a counselor this past year. And in both times, I'd say that it was really about sort of renewing my faith and an opportunity to sort of strengthen and recommit myself and connect with people who are also trying to become stronger in their faith. In particular, as a counselor, it's a little different experience because you also feel the obligation to try to helping people along in their faith. And I think that's something important that you take with you to college too, is trying to help out your friends and as they move along their faith journey too.
Steubenville is one of the best things you could ever do. I have so many great memories from Steubenville. I can't even begin to describe them. And I can tell you how awesome Steubenville is and how great it is, but words can't do it justice because you need to be there. And the experience is something you will not find anywhere else. The people you go with are amazing. You go and you'll go with about 20 people you've never met before. And by the end of the weekend, you feel like you know them all your life.